So it looks like we are going to make some bar graphs. So bar graphs and picture graphs are the same thing, right? Except instead of actually drawing little pictures of things and stacking them up, we're just going to make a rectangle. We're going to make a bar. We're going to make a bar that is 7 units high rather than drawing 7 individual whales all the way up. Again, like so much else in math, bar graphs are intended to make your life easier, not harder. So we need to make 8 triangles. So the triangles should go all the way up to 8. I'm clicking and dragging. See? Just clicking and dragging. There are 5 circles. And you can do this one of 2 ways. Yeah? We could pick up the top and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is one way we could do it. There are 3 rectangles. Or we could recognize that 3 is this spot right here and just make it fit. This rectangle, there are 3 of them. So we just move the top of the rectangle's bar up to 3. And then 9 squares. Which I will go ahead and move the square up to 9. So we have 8 triangles. See how it's level with 8. We have 5 circles. See how it's level with 5. We have 3 rectangles because it's level with 3. And we have 9 squares because it's level with 9. This is the exact same thing we were doing with the picture graphs. It's just that in the picture graphs, we would have done square, 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 etc. Yeah? Tihitutu asks if I'm a teacher. I am under normal circumstances, yes. Right now, I am unemployed because of COVID and among other things. But yes, my natural vocation, the thing that I love to do, the thing that informs everything who I am, the thing that I have been dedicating myself to for the last 20 years is indeed education generally and math education specifically. So thank you for the question. Yes, I am indeed a teacher, or at least I try to be. Tihitutu is following, and thank you. And honestly, I get that a lot. And I can tell that you're a European because you say you wish you were I was your maths teacher. And I have to say that the European way of saying maths instead of the American way of saying math is better for me. I actually like maths better than math, even though I'm American. But anyway, 3 pencils, 7 crayons, 2 pens, 1 marker, 3 pens or pencils, 7 crayons, 2 pens, and 1 marker. I'm going to go ahead and sprint through the last of these bar graphs because really it's just counting again, right? So this should not take very long. Ooh, now we have a bar graph that is left and right. Oh, neat. This one's so cool. So instead of making a bar graph, we are going to take these 4 bars and we are going to match up which one of them matches which category. Okay? So there are 3 circles. It looks like this green bar here has 1, 2, 3 bits. So I'm going to call that circles. There are 4 triangles. That looks like red to me. There are 9 rectangles. That looks like this cyan slash, turquoise or light blue for those of you who name things normally. And then there are 5 squares, and that's that. Tara's library has different kinds of books. There are 2 mystery books. There are 6 nonfiction books. Good on you, Tara. Folks need to read more nonfiction, I think. 10 fiction books. And that's kind of weird because I feel like mystery and fairy tale books are kind of they're subsets of fiction books, right? But I guess that's not the point here. Fairy tale, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fairy tales, and that's that. There are 6 swings. That's 6 swings. 1 seesaw. 4 slides. and 10 monkey bars at the park. No problem. Catherine created a chart. Okay, so this is another one where I have to match up the category. So there are 7 bulldogs. Looks like green is at 7, so that'll be bulldogs. There are 5 boxers. That looks like red, so red is boxer. There are 2 poodles. That looks like purple, so that's poodle. And there are 4 collies, making the light blue collies. No problem. Okay, a pet store has many different dogs. Well, that's what pet stores are for. There are 9 retrievers. There are 4 boxers. There are 10 bulldogs. And there are 6 poodles. No problem. And that is making bar graph, my friends. Okay, now we are on to solving problems with bar graphs. So again, instead of just making the bar graphs, we're going to look at some bar graphs and we're going to interpret them to make sure we understand what they mean. Okay, so it looks like Kristen here blew 12 bubbles. Tristan got 11, Lucas got 8, and Melody got 7. So Tristan, as you can see, the only person we care about here. You see how the problem asks, how many bubbles, hold on, how many bubbles did Tristan make? We do not care at all how many bubbles Kristen made, how many Lucas made, how many Melody made. This is giving you more information than you need, and that's the case in real life. In no real life situation are you going to be given exactly the information you need and nothing else, right? In real life, you're going to be given a whole bunch of information, and you will be asked to filter out what is relevant to the question being asked. And that is important for the rest of your life, both in math and outside of math. It's a life skill. You need to know it. So let's go ahead and do that. Tristan made, it looks like 11 bubbles. How many pink and yellow starfish are there together? Well, I see 8 yellow. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and write this down. I see 8 yellow, and I see 7 pink. So if we want to know how many there are altogether, well, that's going to be 8 plus 7 equals 15. There are 15 yellow and pink starfish altogether. And again, this is addition and subtraction within 20, right? This is like first grade stuff. We did this last year. Eight and 7 is 15. Okay, just making sure I got it right. A little pig is building a house. The pig graphed how many pieces of material she needs to build her house. So apparently, she did not like the little pigs making their house with straw and sticks and bricks. She wanted to make her house out of everything all at once, which is actually how real buildings are made, so that makes sense to me. She needs more bricks than straw, and I see she has 4 straw, 7 bricks. So again, you can either do 7 minus 4 equals 3, or if you really feel like it, you could do a horizontal line here and recognize that there are 1, 2, 3 bricks above the straw. Either way, the answer is 3. Now we're doing a left and right graph, which is fine, doesn't matter, doesn't make a difference whatsoever whether the things are being arranged vertically or horizontally. It's all the same. How many people total did the fair hire? Well, I see, let's see. I see, looks like 5 princesses. That's supposed to be a single 5. I'll just get rid of that. I see 2 ogres. I see, let's see, 11 knights. And I see 9 jesters. Well, okay, 9 and 11 is 20. And 20 plus 5 and 2 is 27, right? 20, 22, 27. So I see a grand total of 27 people hired altogether. James counted the number of alligators in various local bodies of water. Which bodies of water had the same number of alligators? Well, it looks to me like Danger River and Bite Swamp and Reptile Creek and Chomp Lake. I love these names. So it looks like Bite Swamp and Danger River both have 12 alligators in them. So we're going to choose Bite Swamp and Danger River. That's C and D. Moving on. A group of students graph their favorite type of drink. Juice, milk, water, and lemonade. See, this is how you can tell that it is for a kid's educational thing as opposed to an adult educational thing, because if I was going to do this, it would probably be whiskey, vodka, gin, and coffee, right? Okay, anyway. Juice, milk, water, lemonade. How many total students voted for milk or juice? Oh, man. Holy crap. This is a new piece of math vocabulary for us to look at. When we see the word or, that actually means take all possibilities and add them up and total them. Which seems weird, because when we think of or, we think of either or, right? We think of one or the other. But in math, if I say the answer is 5 or 10, that means that either one of them is correct. They are both correct. So when we say who voted for milk or juice, we're going to take all the people who voted for milk and all of the people who voted for juice, and we're going to add them up. If I wanted to say instead how many students voted for milk and juice, well, in this case, that would be 0 students, right? Because everyone had to choose one single favorite. That word and would require you to choose only students that selected both. So be careful with your ands and your ors. Looks to me like there are 10 in favor of milk and 9 in favor of juice, meaning 19 total students chose one of those two. The bar graph shows how many mermaids were in different locations. How many fewer were on the beach than on the island? So I see there were 10 on the island. I see there were 4 on the beach. The difference is 6. Not 9, 6. And that is solving problems with bar graphs. It's just interpreting the picture, right? Look at the picture and interpret. That's all we're asking of students at the 2nd grade level. So we've got quiz 2, then we've got some line plots. So let's go ahead and get this quiz done really fast. How many dollars do these friends have altogether? Well, Betsy has 10 and Bobby has 7, that's 17. And 5 for Billy, that's 22. And 12 for Bella, that's 34. If I did the mental arithmetic properly, we should have $34 altogether. I did. Excellent. We're going to make a bar graph. There are 8 peppers. Excellent. Let's move that up to 8. There are 5 carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 onions. There are 6 tomatoes. That's it. We're just making a visualization. We're not answering any questions. We're not really solving any problems. We are just making a visual interpretation of what the problem is telling us. Davy, the dragon keeper, measured how far each of his dragons can blow fire. It looks like, So the question is, which dragon, and it's not giving us any answers or any numbers for this. It just wants us to know which dragon can blow fire farther than Sparky, but not as far as Flame. So we're going to look at the dragon that is in between Sparky and Flame. Whoops. I backed out on accident. 1 second. There we go. So we want farther than Sparky, but not as far as Flame. And there is only one dragon that I see that is in between the 5 for Sparky and the 8 for Flame, and that is Wings, who has 7 meters or centimeters or whatever. Moving on. Luigi created a chart and a bar graph to show how many of each type of fruit were in his home. So we've got 7 apples, 3 strawberries, 6 oranges, and 2 bananas. So we need to figure out which bar is which. All right, well, there are 7 apples, so that's green. There are 3 strawberries, so that's red, which makes sense. There are 6 oranges, which is purple for some reason. And there are 2 bananas, which is blue. No problem. Moving on. A group of students graphed how many books they read during the month of June. Hey, if you're reading during the summer, then you are absolutely killing it. And the thing that I want to mention, because it's really important right here, is the best thing you can do for your vocabulary, particularly when it comes to your English tests and like your English SATs that you will eventually have to take if you're not, in the current COVID time, that is. The best way that you can increase your vocabulary is just to read stuff. Find something you like and read it. There is no such thing as a person who doesn't like reading. Show me a person who doesn't like reading, and I will show you a person who just hasn't found the thing they like to read yet. Everybody likes to read something because everybody has something they're interested in that they want to learn about. Everybody. Even you. Anyway. How many books did Marion and Wendy read in total? Wendy read 9, Marion read 4, that's 13 total. And that is quiz 2.